Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Sean Diddy Combs, you have been hit with 3 new lawsuits. And maybe this isn't from the early 2000s. I know Jay-Z's breathing a sigh of relief. They are from 2019. And I know Jay-Z is relieved because I think he was off in the south of France with Beyonce in 2019. This is purely related to Diddy. It looks like their tactics to go after Busby and scare any new attorneys off of cases did not work. Y'all, let's get into these lawsuits, okay? We're going to go live and go through all the lawsuits, but yo, Diddy is done for. This man ain't never getting out of jail. Diddy faces 3 new lawsuits for what? Jaywalking, not feeding the dog, not paying a car note. I mean, that one could be true because Justin Combs does owe 190,000 still on that matter that was supposed to be resolved almost 9 months ago. Anyway, right? All 3 victims are alleging they were rugged and assaulted at his hotel or residence after accepting drinks. Let's get into this. This directly in TMZ, so you know it's real. They said Diddy is sued by 3 more sexual assault accusers. Diddy calls BS and vows sanctions. Let me tell you something. If you guys don't know what sanctions are when lawyers bring up frivolous lawsuits, they don't just go after the client, right? Because you can always countersue the client, but they need to punish the lawyer. So they go after sanctions. Now, a lot of lawyers do this saying, I'm going to do sanctions to discredit the lawyer. Okay, probably what they're planning on doing, what want to do with Tony Busby. Just because they demand sanctions doesn't mean sanctions are going to happen. Sanctions are actually very, very hard to do. A claim just needs to be plausible. Plausible doesn't mean you need to prove right then and there that it happened. It doesn't mean you need to come with hard proof in the motion. Plausible just means that it is possible. We're on planet Earth. Diddy was actually in New York. He was at the club. Did it happen? That's for a jury to decide. Is it possible it happened? Yeah, it's possible. So it's a very low level of entry, okay? Now, get this, right? Get this. Diddy is out there in his jail cell screaming to the heavens, you shall pay. He is literally reenacting the grapes of wrath in his jail cell. Again, I feel what Diddy's going through. There have been times in Target where I wanted to speak to the manager and everybody laughed in my face. So I get that infuriating thing where you feel like you are being picked on and you have no power and no one's taking you seriously. However, Diddy must be going through it because you were once a mogul. You could once allegedly cover up these things. Diddy does maintain his innocence. You could snap and everybody be jumping on one leg. You could tell them to bark and they'd be like, oh, oh, right? You could be doing all that. And now, not even the roaches and rats in your jail cell are listening. You're telling them to stop scurrying along the bottom of your bed because you're trying to sleep, right? And they're just doing what they want, doing what they want. Anyway, let's get into this, right? Diddy's facing multiple new sexual assault lawsuits, with 3 unnamed accusers claiming that Diddy rugged and raped them. And these individuals are alleging the assaults happened much more recently than the other claims he's facing. TMZ has obtained multiple new lawsuits, all filed by the same New York based attorney, not Tony Busby, with the unnamed plaintiffs all claiming Diddy rugged them and then sodomized them, right? Iodine assaulted them in the earliest claim dating back to 2019. While there's nuances to each claim, we're going to get the court docs. They haven't showed up on Pacer yet. I think Diddy's team probably, well, the lawyer that's suing Diddy probably gave them straight to TMZ. While there's nuances to each claim, they all share similarities, with the accusers saying they went to a party with Puffy and his crew, 2 claiming they went to hotels with them, and 1 claiming they were raped at his residence in the Hamptons. Now, I know that there's going to be a bunch of trolls about Diddy don't even own a house in the Hamptons. Correct. He does not own. However, people, unless you see the name on the deed, I think it's perfectly acceptable for Diddy to take someone, if it happened, to a place in the Hamptons. They think it's Diddy. They think it's his stuff. And they think that's the way he rolls. For instance, Diddy's yacht, everybody thought he owned that. That was a rental. Every summer, he would rent the same yacht. So just because people say, "Oh, you owned it, you rented it," he could have took them to the jump off ducky space, but it's one that he uses to grape and sodomomo people. Let's continue in this because, oof. All three accusers say they accepted alcoholic beverages from Diddy, before claiming they quickly became disoriented and passed out, only coming to when Diddy was smiming them. One man claims the alleged grape was filmed by associates of Diddy, who then paid him $2,500 on behalf of Diddy. The other two accusers, right, do not say they were paid. According to the lawsuits, none of the alleged victims spoke up in the aftermath of the incidents due to fear and humiliation. Yeah. As we said, two of the accusers claimed they were raped in hotels, with one saying Diddy sodomized him in his suite at the Park Hyatt Hotel on 57th Street, the same hotel where federal agents arrested Diddy in September. If that's true, there should be security footage. There should be some type of documentation. These new lawsuits against Diddy add to the growing list he faces, though it's worth noting again that these alleged encounters took place in recent years, whereas earlier claims date back as far as the early 1990s. I mean, that's why the prosecutors have him sitting in jail. You are a danger. You are a menace to society. Diddy's currently locked up, of course, in MDC, Brooklyn, yelling at the rats and roaches, on racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution charges. His attempt to be released on bail was denied again last month, partly, well, all in due to his ego and his foolhardiness and his inability to actually follow the rules. So it looks like he'll remain locked up until at least his trial in May. Diddy's lawyers tell TMZ these complaints are full of lies. We will prove them false and seek sanctions against every unethical lawyer who filed a claim. I'm sorry. That was so disrespectful. Diddy's lawyer has responded and they said, Yana, Yana, okay? Yana, these allegations have no merit. And Yana, we will seek sanctions against everybody, Yana, who 100% filed claims because this is unethical and they need to stop. Listen, it is going to be a busy holiday season. Your girl is back and we're working straight forward. I've gotten the technical difficulties solved and we will be going live. Y'all, this is going to be a heavy upload day, but come on, you already know the deal. Anyway, y'all, let me get out of here. Diddy says everybody's lying. Diddy said Cassie's lying. Are people lying? I don't know. Is Diddy innocent? I don't see how that's possible. But baby, Diddy gonna do everything he can. But instead of worrying about these civil trials, he needs to be worrying about that government trial because Mark Agnifilio thinks they're gonna get off on a technicality. Be you thought. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you in live. Bye, bye, bye.